Alright, I just installed. I thought I was live before, but here we are. And look at this Bloomberg news. The Fed's talking about tapering, which the market hates. And this is breaking news. Fed officials indicated they have begun discussing when to tap the brakes on the money printer amid an inflation surge, even as the Delta variant continues to pose a threat to growth. But look at crypto. Look at Luna. Look at Luna. I was just talking about how Anchor is such a great protocol. You get 19% APY. It hovers around 20%. It's uses an algorithm to make sure it stays between like 18 and 24. And let me tell you, when Luna dropped 74% in essentially 5 days, they maintained a 18% APY on Anchor. So it's a great place for DeFi just to deposit money. Where else are you gonna make a guaranteed 19%? Even if the underlying asset crashes. Anyways, we can't keep going up forever. No, we're not gonna go straight up. I would love it. That'd be great. But at some point, you gotta pull back. You don't just go straight up. Unless you're Luna. Luna's going straight up here. Luna went up 100%, basically, in 7 days. That's incredible. And, you know, if you bought the dip, if you bought the Luna dip, you're up 2.5x. But I think crypto's going up too fast, too quick. I mean, look at Ethereum. Crypto bounces, that's what it does. You think we're gonna have a run up like we saw up to 4,000 right now? I don't know. I do hope we put in a higher high here though. I'd like to see it come up. A little higher. And then bounce down and put in a higher low. That's ideal. Then a higher high. And you get the idea. Yeah, so Luna is a great protocol. Solana is also a great protocol. And Harmony 1. What's this? Just popped up. And Bitcoin. It's doing great. Let's see. You always lose money when you hop out and back in. If you bought just in the middle of this rush here, you're up 58%. Crypto's clearly innovating everything. Some of the new coins coming out are awesome. And some of the old coins are gonna make a splash. Golem Network. This token is powerful, and it's gonna disrupt Google Cloud and Amazon AWS. It's cheaper than Google Cloud and Amazon AWS, and faster. So check out Golem.network. Solana is amazing. It's amazing for developers and users alike.
Let me ask you a question. Tired of high fees and slow transactions? So are we. Public blockchains have opened the door for anyone with an internet connection to create...
Nah.
Let me ask you a question. Tired of high fees? Become more innovative, preventing crypto ecosystems from reaching the... Lastly, Solana is censorship resistant.
The future's all about interoperability. Multi-chain. Multi-chain. Blockchain. Interoperability. Those are the key words. And these projects are super cheap and super young right now. Fantom is another one. Fantom.foundation. DYOR. Solana, Fantom, Harmony 1. Harmony.1. Everything is interoperable. I just installed that wallet, so let's see. Terra Station. Access new wallet. Okay. Let's look at this. Bitcoin is just going nuts. Crypto is having a moment. But is it a bear trap? Are we about to pull back? With any luck, in a ideal crypto lodge world, and for all of our sake, I hope we at least bounce down. We at least don't bounce down further than here. I want us to make a new higher low. Wrong tool. I want us to make a higher low. and then we can make a higher high. That's sustainability. And eventually we'll get crazy adoption. Apple will announce some crazy bullish Bitcoin news. Amazon, eBay, Tesla, Elon will say, okay, we're going to accept Bitcoin again. Visa's already pushing commercials all around the world saying Bitcoin, the best money we have ever had. So Bitcoin's having a moment. I can just tell that dominance is going up. So let's just look at that. Ethereum's been doing great though. Okay, it's going up right now, but yeah. Look at that volatility. It's fighting with Ethereum for dominance. I bet this is the inverse of Ethereum's daily chart. Let me look. Ethereum dominance. Look at the daily chart. Yeah. On a downtrend. People are moving away from Ethereum. If you go to DeFi Pulse, no, not this one. Don't ever go here. DeFiPulse.com. They don't tell you what's happening on Luna. They say the highest APY happening is 24% on Definer. Oh no, that's just the percentage it came up in a day, the token. But look at that. July 17th, we had a ton of total value locked in DeFi and it came down. Now it's coming back up. Let's go to the 30-day. It's coming back up now. Look back into 2018, we never came close. Is that? No, that's 2020. Yeah, that's the peak there. We are so far down in DeFi. People are moving to other chains. There's DeFi, awesome DeFi. On Fantom, on Harmony, on Luna. With Anchor. DeFi blockchains. Goldman Sachs files to create an ETF dedicated to DeFi and blockchain stocks. Goldman Sachs 1 day ago. Yeah. Block. Goldman Sachs plans to create a DeFi and blockchain ETF. An SEC filing on Monday shows it's unclear what it is in Solactive's decentralized finance and blockchain index. Probably Aave, Synthetics, Uniswap. The U.S. bank's filing comes soon after it reported that 60% of super rich families own crypto. Goldman Sachs is aiming to create an exchange-traded fund focused on companies developing decentralized finance and blockchain technology. Oh boy, that is some good news. Application filed Monday, 2 days ago, with the SEC. Plans to use the ETF as a benchmark for Goldman Sachs. The new fund will invest at least 80% of its assets in stocks, securities, and depository receipts, included on the underlying index. Goldman Sachs said ETFs are products that track the performance of other index or assets. Those whose shares trade just like those in a company. The index is designed to deliver exposure to companies that are aligned with two key themes: the implementation of blockchain technology and the digitalization of finance. Goldman Sachs wants to open an ETF. That's great. I mean, that's got to be one of the reasons the price is going up. I don't know. It's got to be. I just hope we make a new high here. And then if it bounces down and makes a higher low and starts going back up, I'll be happy. As Bitcoin dictates the market here. I think Ethereum might flip Bitcoin. Ethereum might flip Bitcoin. Fantom DeFi is amazing. If you've never heard of it, look into it. Let's see. Senator Elizabeth Warren shoots down a key reason investors buy Bitcoin. Calls for tighter regulation. She's always doing this.
Investor Senator Warren joins us right now. She, of course, chairs the Banking Subcommittee on Economic Policy. Senator, welcome, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It was fascinating to watch the hearing yesterday. And here's where I wanted to start the conversation. We had Mike Novogratz on the program in the last hour. He's in the crypto business, in the industry. And one of the big questions is how to regulate the industry, but also when to regulate the industry, because there is an element where this is still early stage. It's still startup. And how much regulation do you want to put on now in the same kind of breath that we would have had a conversation about should have we regulated the internet more or not in the 1990s?
You know, you might look at this another way. Look at the lesson from history about when do we regulate drugs. As long as people can sell snake oil, it turns out that nobody really invested in having good drugs that were safe and that helped people. And once we really had an FDA that stood up and that said, you know what, we're going to test these drugs before they go on the market. We're going to assure the public that they are safe. Then look what happened. We got a whole lot more investment and obviously a much bigger market that helped the entire world. I don't want to wait until a whole lot of people, a whole lot of small investors, a whole lot of small traders have been completely wiped out. I think rules of the road that are there at the beginning, that people say, you know, we got a cop on the beat, give people a lot of confidence, and they mean that the bad actors know, hey, somebody's watching out and we can't keep pushing frauds on people.
Senator, what do you make of this, though? And I've got in this critique myself, I often talk about trying to protect the little guy, the small investor, whether it's around crypto or some of the meme stocks and the like. And what I often hear now from people is, no, Andrew, stop. Don't protect me. You're not protecting me by talking about, by trying to do that. You're actually protecting the big guy. You're protecting the establishment. That if you actually regulate this system, that the little guy is not the one that becomes the beneficiary of it. Give us the freedom to invest in what we want. That's a message that I keep hearing.
I want people to have freedom to invest. I just don't want a system where the big guys, where the shadowy guys, where the guys you never quite see can get out there and do pump and dump, can defraud people, can take in a lot of folks' money and then disappear. You know, I think the question is not just regulation. The question is how it's aimed. Who takes advantage of there being no rules? It's the big guys. Who wins when there's no cop on the beat? It's the big guys. So that's the part that I care about, and I care about it happening before a lot of people have been wiped out.
Do you believe crypto? Do you believe in crypto as an idea? I mean, is this something that you think personally has a great future? And is this something that you think may disrupt the financial industry in a positive way?
So, look, right now, one of the things that I think is very interesting is digital currency. You know, goodness knows that there has been an enormous failure by the big banks to reach consumers all across the country. Talk about the people, the millions of people who are unbanked or underbanked, who are paying way too much just to be able to have their paychecks cashed or to be able to pay their utility bills and their rents, just to try to get a little edge into the financial system because they don't have standard checking accounts. Digital currency and central bank digital currency.
She only talks about America when the story of crypto is global. What about people? What about Venezuela or whatever? A lot of countries adopted Bitcoin because their currencies were collapsing. A lot of people in poor countries don't have banks, don't have identities. Crypto's bigger than just the unbanked in America. Who's unbanked in America?
May be an answer there because the costs are extraordinarily low for being able to transact. And maybe that will be a way going forward that we get more people into the system.
What do you make of the idea that there's a whole bunch of people who've invested in Bitcoin who are buying it as an inflation hedge because they believe that the government is spending too much money?
Good question.
Well, look, people can make their own investment decisions, but to do that somehow assumes two things. One is that what's happening with Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is somehow going to be divorced from what's happening elsewhere in the economy. And secondly, that the crypto coins are not going to have their own inflationary pressures. They may come from a different source than what happens with dollars, but look at what's happened in the high volatility in the price of these things. The idea that somehow they're a protection.
You mean the extreme profits that all the top cryptocurrencies have done while the dollar's crashed, Elizabeth Warren?
Or a hedge? I don't think that's going to be borne out over time.
Yeah. It's worked so far, Miss Warren.
Lloyd, you also mentioned the other main phenomenon on Wall Street right now, which seems to be Bitcoin, which seems to be going mainstream. You have big firms now getting involved in ways that they didn't. Have your views either evolved or changed around the future of Bitcoin and crypto?
Look, I've always been, I'm not, it could work. It could work.
Who cares what he has to say? That is some bullish news. Goldman Sachs files to create an EFT dedicated to DeFi and blockchain stocks. Blockchain stocks have been did great the past couple days. I don't know how they did today. Let's check Robinhood. What did AMC do? What GME do? Yikes. Anyways, the top stocks when I looked the other day were, I think yesterday, they were all crypto stocks. Where's the top? Daily movers. See today. Let's see. Pharmaceutical. Cheesecake Factory down the most. Flower growth. What is this? Marijuana? Yes, sir. Good. Thumbs up for weed stocks. It has the herb weed ETF. Doing organogram up 10%. Weed's doing great. Good job. Goldman Sachs files for a ETF dedicated to DeFi. I think it's gonna be Aave, Synthetics, Uniswap. They might go with things like Luna, Solana, Fantom, Harmony One, Cardano. Ethereum's not the only one, and it's not the best. It's the biggest and most used. It has the most applications for now, but it's not the best. Let's see. Back to Bitcoin news. ETH dominance on the decline today. On the decline in the past 5 days. Rocky. That's lower highs. Ethereum dominance is on the decline. Bitcoin dominance is on the decline. Forever. And projects like Solana, Harmony One, Fantom, Luna, did I say Solana? Great. They're gonna do great. Other blockchains. I mean, Ethereum, Bitcoin's doing great right now. But what goes up must come down. So I just want to see a higher low. Just want to see a higher low. And then a higher high. And I'll be convinced that we're in an uptrend. And I want to see us actually pass this high here, so we put in a higher high and then come back down and make a higher low. Ideally, or just bounce in this channel. Who knows? There's some bullish news out there. Ethereum's not working too well. I don't know who else has been trying to withdraw from MetaMask, but even when you click fast, transactions keep failing. And the Fed officials indicated they have, yeah, that's not good. The market pulls back anytime the Fed says anything about stopping the money printer. It's a tower token. I don't know why I did that. Fantom is 500,000 market cap. I did not realize that it was still so young. Harmony One's in the billions, if I'm not mistaken. What is Baby Cake? That's ridiculous. That's almost $1 billion. Baby Cake. Unreported market cap. I love looking at S coins, shit coins. I can curse. Buy it on Pancake Swap. Your dashboard. Where? It's just it does. It's a link that it says that little pound sign, which brings you right to the homepage. But that'll work. You can go to Pancake Swap and buy it. I understand. Baby Cake. USDT. Probably on crapcoin.com. It's down 14% in 7 days. It's only been alive for 7 days. I like up and coming coins. I like the KuCoin trading bot a lot. It's a classic grid. You just add money to it, USDT, and pick a crypto to perform arbitrage on, and all day, all night, it just buys low and sells high, and it works. I've been using it. It works. Markets. Yeah, Luna's up 16% today. That's ridiculous. That's great. Uniswap, 5%. Aave. That's it, because you know the Goldman Sachs DeFi. It's, man, where's Synthetics at? Synthetics is a steal. It didn't pump yet. Look at all these coins doing great. Look at Alpaca. Alpaca's up 45% today. ORN's up 22% today. I'm feeling like it's a good time to maybe short. We're going up too fast. Maybe short some of these. I mean, just look at Bitcoin. It's common sense. The last time it went up this high, the last time it did this move, was way back before it. This is the fastest it's gone up in a long time. Way before the crash. Let me see exactly. Let me get the length on the date range too. The amount of days. Let's just see. When's the last time it went up this fast in this amount of time? That's about it right there. Went up a little higher in a shorter amount of time. Back in... Got my thing over top of it. That is March. 4 months ago. Back before all-time high. So naturally it's gonna come down. But hooray for the pump right now. But the last time it moved that much was 4 months ago, almost 5 months ago, because it's the end of July. So do what you do. Do what you do. Same with Ethereum. Well, Ethereum makes big moves. I'm more bullish on Ethereum than, you know, even though Bitcoin's doing better today, without a doubt, I'm sure that Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin. See, it made a move like this, 17% move. And what is this move Bitcoin made, percentage wise? It's more, 37. Yikes. Bitcoin's doing great right now, but what goes up must come down. So thumbs up if you know how to take profits on the way up. Hold baby cake and get paid passive income in cake every 60 minutes. Look at the cute little baby. Let's read the roadmap. Oh, none of the links work. There's a white paper. You need to buy a minimum of 200,000 baby cake tokens to get cake rewards. When do I receive my rewards? The cake rewards you earn will be sent automatic. This is so stupid. Oh, I love shitcoins. Let's see how the shitcoin index is doing. Probably pretty good. It's up, it's up 1.8% today. I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of. You go to Coin Market Cap. No, not Coinbase. Coin Market Cap and type in shitcoin. Yeah, 3 times long shitcoin index. That's funny. Alright, so look, that's funny. It's up 420. It's a 3 times long shitcoin index. So it's got your Dogecoin, your Shiba, stuff like that. But it's done historically well. It did very well during the bull run before the fall. Just take a look at the numbers. That's not gonna load, is it? Perhaps a different one will. Ten times long shitcoin index. It's crazy. Moon shit. It's on FTX, of course it is. I love FTX. That's the 5 minute. Let me do the 1 day. What's going on with this? Yeah, well, shitcoins are shitcoins. Buy shit like Solana that didn't pop yet. And recognize a top when you see one. I just hope we get above this here. I hope we make a nice distance above it before we come to bounce down, and I hope we make a higher low here before we bounce back up. Then we're back on an uptrend, baby. Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, India COVID, crypto, Shiba Inu. Where did it go? He said on Hoskinson's podcast where it went. Leave him alone. He's a good dude. Binance CEO says he's willing to step down as world's biggest crypto exchange welcomes regulation. Of course. Run. Run, CZ, run. Step down. Why? Put a woman in charge. Why the Wolf of Wall Street says crypto needs massive regulation. Really, the Wolf of Wall Street. Bye-bye Bitcoin. It's time to ban cryptocurrencies, says The Hill. China reins in Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies to push digital yuan. What do you mean rein in? Oh, they're banning. I want something within the last hour. Tools. Sort by dates. There we go. Robinhood's IPO is being turbocharged by crypto. That's right. They're adding more cryptocurrencies. NGMI meaning in crypto. I don't know what that means. Will U.S. regulation cause crypto to crash? I do not think so. I think it'll make it moon. I think it'll get bigger investors in it. The International Monetary Fund warns crypto is not suitable as legal tender. Yeah. Yeah, sure it isn't. A Bitcoin mutual fund is launching as crypto expands. Israeli bill would force crypto investors to report holdings. Okay. Blockfolio rides off into the sunset, but it's a new dawn for FTX. I love FTX. Bitcoin and Ethereum see more institutional outflows. Warren links crypto to drugs. Yeah, we just watched that. We just watched this. And let's take a look at these. Alright. Bye-bye Bitcoin. It's time to ban cryptocurrencies. That's ridiculous. What are they even saying?
A message from Aimovig, a preventive treatment for migraine in adults. A lot happens in a month, all worth showing up for. Days of joy and days of sorrow. Days that excite and frustrate. Magical days and awkward ones too.
As long as it's
All are
bad.
special because they all belong to you,
Doesn't even
not
show ya.
migraine. Don't let migraine keep you from saying, I am here. Aim to be there more each month with Aimovig. One dose, once a month, is designed to keep working 24/7 to help
Yeah.
reduce monthly migraine days. For some, it cuts the number by 50% or more. Don't take Aimovig if you're allergic to
go.
it. Allergic reactions like rash or swelling can happen hours to days after use.
Nice.
Severe constipation can happen sometimes with serious complications. High blood pressure can happen or worsen with Aimovig. Common side effects include injection site reactions and constipation. Aim to be there
Constipation
more.
twice.
Talk to your doctor about preventing migraine monthly with Aimovig.
They said constipation twice.
The Hill's opinion contributor Robert A. Manning writes in a new op-ed, quote, I've never quite understood why cryptocurrencies are worth anything. Of course, the untraceable payments are worth a lot to ransomware hackers, cyber criminals, and money launderers. But dollars, euros, and yen are backed by nations' respective treasuries. He continues, quote, if someone invents a cryptocurrency, any value is based solely on convincing others it has value. But is it a usable means of exchange? International banking officials say cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are speculative assets, not sustainable, usable money.
Is that it?
At Amazon, we help people find a new career path. So whether that's in fields like healthcare, IT, and more,
What is this? Do they all make me turn off my ad block? Gotta be a member of that. Robinhood's IPO is being turbocharged by crypto, but blockchain threatens its business? Yeah, we don't need to hear a Chase commercial. They're bullish on crypto now too. They're allowing their clients to buy crypto. Maybe that's what that was about. All right.
Hi, my name is Michael Del Castillo, Associate Editor at Forbes, here with my friend and colleague Javier Paz, Senior Data Analyst. And we're here to talk a little bit about his latest report. But before we get there, for the listeners that don't know, Javier, if you could just kind of walk us through briefly, what is it exactly that you do at Forbes nowadays?
I spend half my time pouring through data and trying to find trends and analyze that. The other half of my time is developed in product development, some cool stuff that we're working on here at Forbes. Not something I can share at the moment, but it's really exciting.
Cool. And you've been writing a lot of reports since you came on board. Your most recent one was one of the more in-depth pieces. Before we get to the actual report itself, walk us through what was it that you were seeing in the industry that led you to think that this report was something that you wanted to work on?
Yeah. So this is a time of turmoil for retail brokerage firms. A lot of change is taking place. So we have one major exchange, Robinhood, that is going public this week. We have other exchanges that not too long ago have been gobbled up by larger financial services firms. And then there you have crypto and blockchain, particularly crypto trading that is coming into the fray and revolutionizing also brokerage. And so we have all these things going on, and we wanted to see what business model is prevailing. Is it something called payment for order flow? Is it netting? Is it some blockchain related initiative? So wanted to answer those questions.
Awesome. So I love the title of your report, and obviously the material is striking. So if you could just give us a quick little overview. First of all, what's the report's called, and then just kind of a quick little summary of what the report includes.
Yeah, so Walmarts of Wall Street is the title, and what it refers to is a small group of financial firms that trade in large quantities, and they make their money very small margins over large volumes, and that allows them to beat, if you will, the price improvements offered by smaller firms, the mom and pops security firms that don't quite have the same scale, like Citadel Securities, a Global Execution Brokers, Virtue Americas, Wolverine. So there's that.
If I was try and put me in the position as a trader. If I'm a trader at Robinhood and I click buy on a Bitcoin, what exactly are these Walmarts of Wall Street doing? How do they get involved in this whole process?
Well, you bring up the crypto, and crypto operates in a different, more opaque kind of manner than currency, than stock trading. Stock trading, you have disclosures that these Walmarts of Wall Street have to comply, and the brokerages firms themselves, but they don't have to disclose who their crypto counterparts are. But we know that they operate much in the same way. They pay a portion of the spread based on the volume, and that's the price improvements or the rebate that these firms receive, and for volume that they send to these larger corporations.
So to be clear, like if I'm on Robinhood and it says my purchases are free, that's technically true to the letter of the law, but there's money being made behind the scenes.
That's right. So when a person
we all know that.
clicks buy on, let's say, 10 shares of Tesla,
what about the crypto?
Externally, brokers keep that.
Some of this sounds a little bit like cutting to the head of the line here. Is this a practice that investors should be concerned about? The capital
year of
9-page in-depth analysis, including some
trade, EL, and the word trade.
Nothing about
awesome.
crypto.
And also you can follow Javier.
What's NGMI? Never heard of that. What's the meaning of NGMI? Not going to make it. To stress the point that crypto investors could miss a huge profit on a certain trade. Okay. Never heard of that one. U.S. officials threaten crypto regulation. Will it cause a crash? Given the record boom in the cryptocurrency market and the cultural development of digital identities, many people are looking to invest in digital assets, like Bloomberg opening up trying to get a ETF for DeFi, and I'm sure they're going to hold Aave and Ethereum, Synthetics, Uniswap, Compound. However, they are hesitant due to volatility and other issues. Many people feel the market will crash after crypto becomes regulated. See what crypto Twitter's saying. Well, the IMF warns crypto. International Monetary Fund warns cryptocurrency is not suitable as legal tender. It is. They're scared to death. That's why crypto channels get banned all the time. Putting Bitcoin or any other privately issued. Alright. Putting Bitcoin or any other privately issued crypto asset on par with a national currency can have serious negative effects on financial and economic stability. Our latest IMF blog explains why. I don't wanna look at the crypto charts. Nothing but up. Money printer just keeps printing. Crypto's gonna keep getting better. What's DAG? No. Constellation. Constellation. It's not an Ethereum token. That's great. It's for payments and smart contracts. Open source platform you can use to create a blockchain cryptocurrency or decentralized application. Submit your project. Hypercube, end-to-end blockchain business toolkits. Deploy your own blockchain networks, mint your own cryptos, create crypto wallets, explore. I like Rally. Come on. Rally.io. Launch your coin. I'm gonna make a coin. Oh, request to join. Clubhouse event. Huh. They want to know everything. But it'd be cool if I'm accepted. Rally's awesome. No. There we go. I guess I would name it CL. CLC Crypto Lodge Coin. Maybe I'll get it. Who knows? Which one didn't I? Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it. Who knows? So Constellation. I like I like multi-chain. I don't like what he said.
At the Federal Reserve, we are strongly committed to achieving the monetary policy goals that Congress has given us: maximum employment and price stability. Today, the Federal Open Market Committee kept interest rates near zero and maintained our asset purchases. These measures, along with our strong guidance on interest rates and on our balance sheet, will ensure that monetary policy will continue to support the economy until the recovery is complete. Progress in vaccinations and unprecedented fiscal policy actions are also providing strong support to the recovery. Indicators of economic activity and employment have continued to strengthen, and real GDP this year appears to be on track to post its fastest rate of increase in decades. Much of this rapid growth reflects the continued bounce back in activity from depressed levels. The sectors most adversely affected by the pandemic have shown improvement, but have not fully recovered. Household spending
Watch when PUA ends. Watch what happens.
is rising at an especially rapid pace, boosted by the ongoing reopening of the economy and ongoing policy support. The housing sector remains very strong, and business investment is increasing at a solid pace. In some industries, near-term supply constraints are restraining activity. These constraints are particularly acute in the motor vehicle industry, where worldwide shortages of semiconductors have sharply curtailed production so far this year. As with overall economic activity, conditions in the labor market have continued to improve. Demand for labor is very strong, and employment rose 850,000 in June, with the leisure and hospitality sector continuing to post notable gains. Nonetheless, the labor market has a ways to go. The unemployment rate in June was 5.9%, and this figure understates the shortfall in employment, particularly as participation in the labor market has not moved up from the low rates that have prevailed for most of the past year. Factors related to the pandemic, such as caregiving needs, ongoing fears of the virus, and unemployment insurance payments, appear to be weighing on employment growth. These factors should wane in coming months, leading to strong gains in employment. The economic downturn has not fallen equally on all Americans, and those least able to shoulder the burden have been hardest hit. In particular, despite progress, joblessness continues to fall disproportionately on lower-wage workers in the service sector and on African Americans and Hispanics. Inflation has increased notably and will likely remain elevated in coming months before moderating. As the economy continues to reopen and spending rebounds, we are seeing upward pressure on prices, particularly because supply bottlenecks in some sectors have limited how quickly production can respond in the near term. These bottleneck effects have been larger than anticipated, but as these transitory supply effects abate, inflation is expected to drop back toward our longer-run goal. Very low readings from early in the pandemic, as well as the pass-through of past increases in oil prices to consumer energy prices, also contribute to the increase, although these base effects and energy effects are receding. The process of reopening the economy is unprecedented, as was the shutdown at the onset of the pandemic. As the reopening continues, bottlenecks, hiring difficulties, and other constraints could continue to limit how quickly supply can adjust, raising the possibility that inflation could turn out to be higher and more persistent than we expect. Our new framework for monetary policy emphasizes the importance of having well-anchored inflation expectations, both to foster price stability and to enhance our ability to promote our broad-based and inclusive maximum employment goal. Indicators of long-term inflation expectations appear broadly consistent with our longer-run inflation goal of 2%. If we saw signs that the path of inflation or longer-term inflation expectations were moving materially and persistently beyond levels consistent with our goal, we'd be prepared to adjust the stance of policy. The effects of the pandemic on the economy have continued to diminish, but risks to the economic outlook remain. Progress on vaccinations has limited the spread of COVID-19. However, the pace of vaccinations has slowed, and the Delta strain of the virus is spreading quickly in some areas. Continued progress on vaccinations would support a return to more normal economic conditions. The Fed's policy actions have been guided by our mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people, along with our responsibilities to promote the stability of the financial system. As the committee reiterated in today's policy statement, with inflation having run persistently below 2%, we will aim to achieve inflation moderately above 2% for some time so that inflation averages 2% over time and longer-term inflation expectations remain well anchored at 2%. We expect to maintain an accommodative stance of monetary policy until these employment and inflation outcomes are achieved. With regard to interest rates, we continue to expect that it will be appropriate to maintain the current 0 to 1/4% target range for the federal funds rate until labor market conditions have reached levels consistent with the committee's assessment of maximum employment, and inflation has risen to 2% and is on track to moderately exceed 2% for some time. In addition, we are continuing to increase our holdings of Treasury securities by at least $80 billion per month and of agency MBS by at least $40 billion per month until substantial further progress has been made toward our maximum employment and price stability goals. Our asset purchases have been a critical tool. They helped preserve financial stability and market functioning early in the pandemic, and since then have helped foster accommodative financial conditions to support the economy. At our meeting that concluded earlier today, the committee continued to discuss the progress made toward our goals since the committee adopted its asset purchase guidance last December. We also reviewed some considerations around how our asset purchases might be adjusted, including their pace and composition, once economic conditions warrant a change. Participants expect that the economy will continue to move toward our standard of substantial further progress. In coming meetings, the committee will again assess the economy's progress toward our goals, and the timing of any change in the pace of our asset purchases will depend on the incoming data. As we've said, we will provide advance notice before making any changes to our purchases. On a final note, we announced the establishment of 2 standing repo facilities, a domestic one for primary dealers and additional banks, and another for foreign and international monetary authorities. These facilities will serve as backstops in money markets to support the effective implementation of monetary policy and smooth market functioning. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to support the economy for as long as it takes to complete the recovery.
It's bullshit.
More detail on substantial further progress. So let's talk about the maximum employment part of that. As you know, with maximum employment, unlike with price stability, where we can target a number 2%,
Huh. Yeah, Bitcoin remains bullish after shaking on Amazon rumors. It's still going up. I want to see it get above, make some distance above this high here. I want to see it get above 41. Ideally 42, and then bounce down and make a higher low. Solana. that is the one no one's paying attention to. But if you look on Twitter here and just type in Solana, 2,180 tweets in the last hour, and it's always like that. No matter what time you type Solana in, you're getting thousands of tweets in the hour. And it's down a lot. To get back to all-time high, it would have to go up 2x. And the market cap of Solana is just under $1 billion, I believe. Oh, 8 billion. Huge. But not too big. A lot of gains. A lot of gains can come to Solana. But Luna's most impressive here. 100% in 8 days. I've always been talking about Luna. But what goes up must come down, everybody. This market's trending up too fast. Too fast. But there's a lot of bullish news. Especially that Goldman Sachs thing. Buying DeFi? Really? Where's the look at Bitcoin? Just crushing it. Crushing it. It's gonna go above. Did it wick above yet? It wicked above the candle of the previous high. The local high. You can do it. It keeps legging up. I thought this was it. But no, we're still pumping. Let's check out Fantom. Fantom's got a long way to go to the top. And it's a lower market cap. 500,000. And all the things it can do, it shouldn't be 500,000. And it's doing well lately. That's the past 8 days. Let's see what it did. 40%. Fantom strong. And to get back to the all-time high, looking at a 4.15x, 315%. And it's going way higher than that. Fantom's going way over $1. It's gonna be $5-10 in the future. So I'm collecting as much Fantom as I possibly can. I'm not a financial advisor. I've said that already, but I have to keep saying it. I just really believe in Fantom. And Harmony and Luna. And look what Luna did. 100%. $92% in 8 days. And I've been preaching about Luna for months tirelessly. People get tired of hearing it. On the Telegram, t.me/the Crypto Lodge. Cool place to hang out. But there's no sign of this stopping. Here's the 1 minute graph. There's no sign of this stopping. I thought this was it. Now we're just legging up again. We'll see. Bitcoin's sitting at 39.99. So right at 40,000, we hit 40,903, and we'll go higher. We'll go higher than that. It's higher than this. So we passed that high. It's very bullish, but you know what they say. When others are greedy, be fearful. When others are fearful, be greedy. And they also say, I forget. They also say sell when you think you should buy, and buy when you think you should sell. So nothing wrong with taking profits. There's nothing wrong with being up. There's nothing wrong with making money. And I'm loving the KuCoin classic grid bot automatically 24/7 while I'm sleeping. It's buying high. I mean, it's buying low and selling high. Buying low and selling high. And you can pick the most volatile assets, and it's just it's working like a charm. I love it. But this is gonna come down. Mark my words. I just hope we... Okay, I think we're passing it. Well, we got past this white line here. Actually, we need to get all the way above that wick. But we wicked all the way up almost above it. So what we need to happen here, let's get rid of all that. We need to get above this line and hold it as support. Or at least, even if we get above it, this is probably what's going to happen. Come back down. As long as we don't go lower than this one, then I'll be convinced we're in an uptrend. And then we make a higher high, higher low. I need to see it on a larger time frame, because right now it's just it's a crazy huge pump, and I bet a lot of people are going to start shorting it now. And I bet it's going to come down. But I'm wrong a lot. Everybody in crypto is wrong a lot. It could go straight up. But it hasn't made a move like this. It hasn't made a move this strong. Check this out. You gonna let me move it? It hasn't made a move this strong since not here, not here, right here. Hasn't made a move this strong since March 5th. April, May, June, July, August, 5 months ago. So I expect it to come back down, but I hope we pass this high here. That will really help the sentiment in the market if we pass this high here. Come down, put in a new much higher low, ideally. and then continue up. Then everybody will call it a reversal, and it officially will be one. And we'll eventually get back above that 20-week moving average. I don't know how to make a 20-week moving average. I'll have to learn that. I'm ending transmission. Good luck, everybody. Choose your projects. Create your own adventure. Fantom's up 13,000% in 500 days. That's enough money. I can wait 500 days for that. It was up 53,000% in less than a year. Reminds me of when Aave did 80,000% in 1 year. And I called that one too on my channel. So if you're still watching, you're probably already subscribed. But if you're not, subscribe. I'm out. I'm back to making good content. I'm making good content again.